afternoon, everybody. How are you all? It's Lilia from Heal Scotland and Scotland's Wild Medicine here. And today I have with me the wonderful, effervescent Lorna Munro. Lorna, how the hell are you?
I'm really well, Lilia. And you're looking great anyway. So I'm sure you're well too.
Yeah. Life's good. You are doing now. I want you to talk about the gene keys because clearly that's something that a lot of people will maybe have heard about, but probably aren't really sure what it is. But also, I know you're putting your own kind of spin on it, shall we say?
Yes. I don't really want to spoil that surprise, though.
No. You need to keep some of the sizzle, obviously. But can you tell us how you came about finding the gene keys, etc.?
Well, it's more about them finding me, I guess. So, there's a little bit of a chat I do beforehand around my own personal journey with the 12-step program that led me into the 12 pathways of the gene keys.
Right.
Yeah, I came across them about 8 years ago, or they came across me. And it was just like another, you could call it a diversion from the 12-step program, but it was just took me deeper into myself, if you like. You can see my little chart up here. That's my own personal chart, but where my own little spin comes into it is that I've been doing it for groups. I've been making like a little chart up for the particular group that we're in. Remember, we did one at the Goddess Gathering. And then like I do we talk about it and what it's all about. And then so it's like a treasure chest of magic that each and every one of us holds within us. And we can, there's lots of codes within us that we can embark on our own personal journey. But we're all about the collective and the coherence and frequencies and, so like that's what we love about the gene keys is that it holds these different frequencies that we hold personally, but we also hold as a collective. Does that make sense?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So like why would you want to know about your gene keys? Can you explain that to us?
Well, I can only sort of share and explain it for myself because, I am responsible and taking accountability for my own life. That's what I love about it because you can go online, go onto genekeys.com and you can upload your own profile and you get your own little map like I've got up here. And you get and it's based on your astrology and the day, place, and time you were born. And you can get your own profile and you can, you can go on, hire a guide like myself, or you can go online and there's umpteen things you can go on to follow. There's so much stuff. There's actually a 3-day free introduction course on the Gene Keys website that you can follow yourself. There's a lot of information out there actually about it, and it can be overwhelming. And I think that's why I decided to become a guide myself because I needed guidance to follow my own plan. I mean, here's the book here. This is my original book. You can see it's well battered and torn now, but it's because there's 64 gene keys in total, and each and every one of us holds those 64 keys within us. But then this map gives us 11 keys that's personal to us as an individual. But what I love about the group thing is it's like we're a choir and we've got our own unique voice and we come together in that coherence that you're always talking about. And, some of our voices are different, but when we come together, we can sing a better tune into the world and then it ripples out, with that in that frequency. So I'm trying to be quick here. I know we haven't got a lot of time, so I'm trying to condense it into like a little summary for everybody.
Yes. So would you
and
say
for me, I'm passionate about it.
Would you say then it's a bit like astrology? It can help you to understand why you're the way you are a little bit. And it can help you to make decisions around, how you're going to navigate life.
Yeah, so there's like 3 frequency bands in each of you see all these little circles at the top here. There's like 3 frequency bands within each of those keys. So you've got like a shadow, which you could say is the seed of who you are, and then you've got the gift, and then you've got a city, which is a divine gift. So we've all got a divine gift, and it's to, like, as we go deeper into the soil, if you like, and nurture that seed without shadow wallowing, by the way, we can then flourish into our greatest genius and who we're meant to be here, not who we've been told we're meant to be. And we can follow.
Did you say
shadow
wallowing?
Yes. That's usually poor me. I'm in, so it's like everybody will recognize their shadows, because there's always these 3 words that go with them. There's a lot of words, a lot of numbers, but then once you get the book and you go into it, you start to recognize yourself and go, oh my God, I do that. And then you want to just keep moving, and we use what's called the art of contemplation. So you're just contemplating each of these keys, and you're applying them into your life, hopefully on a daily basis. And the deeper you go in, the more you walk with this, the more you can unlock your higher purpose. And it's all hidden within us, right under our nose.
Hidden in plain sight. What is it I am again? Everybody tells me, is it?
Oh, that's that. Right. So it's right. I know what you're on about there. So the gene keys are slightly different. I think you're referring to the human design. So the human design, you're a manifesting generator in the human design, that's where Richard Rudd, who's the founder of the gene keys, he had studied with the human design, but he had a different slant to it. So he produced the gene keys. So for me personally, I'm in both. I'm a human design coach as well, but I sort of go down this route more because I feel it goes deeper in than maybe the human design. For me is like having, you've got your manual for the car, and it's like if something goes wrong, you can look up the mechanics of it to see what's going on. I mean, if I'm doing a reading for anybody or a session with somebody, I should say, I blend the two together, because the whole thing is on the back of the I Ching, which is about, I don't know, 4,000 years old. So it's like a modern day I Ching, if you like.
So I've been told a couple of times you're a manifester generator. Is that what you said?
Yes.
How do people know that just by looking at me?
Well, they don't know that by looking at you. Well, I personally, knowing you as I do, I would have said you were a generator before I did your charts. So I would have said you're a generator, which is somebody that just works all the time and, gets shit done, as we say. And I would have said you were more the generator, but you've got that. So you manifest, you make things happen, which we all know you do with Heal Scotland. So, so you initiate, you're an initiator of things. You inform people about what you do, right? So that's the quick version.
Yeah, absolutely. So do you use the two sort of together? Yeah, because it's like, I think like all of us now, you do so many courses and you end up, you take a little bit of all the things that work well for you, don't you? And then and I think, as you say, I was talking to Chris and Susie Peach earlier. They've created this wellness academy, and they've created a myriad of complex courses, and because we are complex beings,
absolutely,
aren't we?
Yes.
So if you think there's 64 gene keys, and these keys can really help you understand yourself and maybe acknowledge the shadow wallowing and move towards more of your strengths and really utilizing the gifts that you were given.
Aye, absolutely. Yeah, because we are complex beings. And because I think when you first come into it, you come at it mentally, because we've all been programmed to, how to think. We've all been programmed how to think. So it's quite like, if it can't be measured, it can't be true. If you can't prove it, it can't be true. It's all science or religion. So we're coming at it from these mentally, oh, why is it like this? And what's it doing? And it's like, whoa, just slow down, take a pause, take a breath, and just, okay, what does this mean for me in my life? And how do I want to move forward with it? So there's a whole sequence of a journey that you can take with it. But Richard's made it now that you can jump in anywhere. You don't have to sort of follow the sequence, because it's very it's like the universe is a hologram. So this is very hologenetic, that you can just jump in anytime. And the more you get into, I mean, I'm passionate about it anyway, and I was overwhelmed in the beginning. I mean, it was like there was so much to take in. But I feel I was really blessed, because I had already been shadow wallowing with the 12-step program. I'd taken the 12 steps. So in that fourth step, when I had been discovering about myself, by the time this came along, I was like, oh, thank God. It's like I have been in these gifts. I've been utilizing these gifts already, and yourself, it's like a spiral. You can go round and round, and then you think that you're going backwards, but you're actually not. You're not. And there's a great community out there as well that you can get involved with, and you can you don't have to join any courses. As I say, there's so much free information out there. So we say it's information in the beginning that becomes knowledge, and then you embody it, so that you're embodying these gifts, and you're hopefully becoming a better person in the world, and then rippling it out into everybody else.
It's doing the work, isn't it? I mean, I keep saying that the knowledge doesn't heal you. It's the taking the action. And that's what I love. I just said to somebody today, I really like people that have done the 12-step program and true Christians, because they own their own shit. They don't try and project and blame.
Yes.
And if they do, they'll because they're so well versed in the 12-step program. And I think that's where we're going, isn't it? We have to own our own pain, and own our own projections, and own our own virtue signaling, and realizing when we're in pride, etc., all of that. And that can be a challenge, because the ego wants to be right. And
absolutely.
Then the heart's like that. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, for sure.
It does matter. And the heart's like, no.
And for me, it was like learning a new language. And like my partner is not into the gene keys at all, and he doesn't have to be. However, I used to be, he'd be like, oh, there she goes with that gene keys stuff again. And I was like, and then it brought me back to my Al-Anon days, because I remember my daughter used to say to me, oh, will you just shut up with that Al-Anon stuff? And I was like, oh, wait a minute. It's just, it's like this spiritual language that, for me personally, I think that when from the gene keys viewpoint, it gets squashed in that first 7 years of life. And if our caregivers and the people around us and the environment doesn't change within these 3 7-year cycles, well, like myself, we may go on and just blunder through life and make all these mistakes. And eventually, are they mistakes, or I don't know if they are. I know. So I realized then, actually, the language is the same. It's just like a different dialect. Right? It's like having a different accent, and you're trying to hear the message underneath it all. Is just the same. It's like all your religions, isn't it? It's just like the language underneath it all. It's all about love. It's all about the heart.
Absolutely. And I like the idea, because I was talking to somebody about this yesterday, the Heal Scotland movement, and the move towards having a place, which could be a lot sooner than I thought, a place where we can bring people that want to try and change from an incurable diagnosis, a terminal diagnosis, an aggressive, whatever. We can try. We don't always succeed, and maybe we're not supposed to. But, what we need is stuff that people can do themselves and not be reliant on us. Because there's so many people need help now. And I'm not saying, obviously we can help and guide and that sort of stuff, but ultimately we need these communities of people supporting and keeping it, a lot of the time it's not even rocket science. It's you're just getting reminded what's going to make you feel good and what's going to help you raise your own emotional state and vibration.
Aye, but we do need these communities, because it's so easy just to slip back if we don't have that support, and like you say, support, inspire and educate. if you've not got that going on around you, you know, it's easy to slip back into your old habits.
Absolutely,
because of that programming, right? So for me in the Gene Keys, we've just been unlearning, and you're unlearning, and then you're just taking on new frameworks. You're changing the way you're speaking to yourself mainly, you know, and then that frequency is going out there, and then it's hopefully you're going to attract better back in as well.
So you do sessions online, so people can come to you and have their Gene Keys. So why do people come to you?
Well, because they're looking for change. Usually they're wanting change. They don't even know what they're looking for, but they may find their profile and they do the 3-day introduction. People have been coming recently. I usually just guide them in that direction. I said, why don't you just go upload your profile, go and do the 3-day. It's a free thing. Go and have a look around the website, see what you want. And I mean, I've got my own little gang, if you like, where people come monthly, my own membership where people join. I call it the Magical God Temple, and God is an acronym for Gifts of Divinity, which is the gifts that they all hold through their Gene Keys charts. So there's an option.
So do you get your own website?
Not at the moment. It's under reconstruction. I'm afraid it's under reconstruction. Yeah, because I got rid of it because I wanted to focus more on all this, because what I love about it is you can hand people their own map and their own compass, and then they're responsible for themselves. But there's all these other people there as well that they can walk with, and they can join and spread the word and just have that ripple effect, you know.
I know we need to get that going inside our community, because we can create our own wee forums in there, and people can support each other that are interested in it. So that's amazing. And what about people that are sick? Do people come to you because they're unwell?
Well, I did all this other stuff as well. Anyway, like, you know, I've got all these other modalities that I used to do, which was more hands-on, like Reiki, Bowen, massage, the shamanic stuff as well. So yes, they do. What we find with the Gene Keys is when people do embark on their own journey, they can cure themselves, they can heal themselves, because they're raising their vibration, as we know already. It's like as soon as they're taking that step and applying these keys into their own life, the whole body can change. You know, when I just feel fitter and healthier more and more. I mean, I just started a little job today, a little part-time job today, and I was like, God, I haven't worked in this arena for 16 years, right? And I was just like, I think it would have killed me if I hadn't been following on this journey. You know, I found it quite taxing and everything to remember, and I was on my feet for that 4.5 hours. I mean, I loved it because I'm in a school. I'm a dinner lady, so I loved it, Lily. I was all the little people in there, and these are the people I want to help, the little ones that are because they're our future, aren't they? The children are our future. So if we can help the adult children.
Yeah. But don't you think, I mean, I'm sure you're like me, you think, I wish somebody had shown me this stuff when I was a lot younger. It could have saved you a lot of... And that's what's really nice now, isn't it? That there's so many self-help techniques and tools. And it's also really nice when you can see that somebody's doing well and you're like, so what are you doing? And there's something very practical that you can copy. Why would you not?
Yes. And the good thing about what I love about the Gene Keys is they've got one of their courses is called the Dream Arc. It's very shamanic, but we can use it with the kids as well because it's all about the animals. So you've got like for your shadow keys, they call them the fear keys. That's all your underground beasties and your, you know, all the things that live underground, and even like the stuff that's under the sea. And then on the middle world, you've got the like your mammals, and then the birds are all the cities, you know, with a higher vision. So it's great fun that you can indulge in that and just jump into that.
So. I like that analogy. Yeah, totally. Great stuff. But anyway, let's talk about the festivals.
I
So
know,
you're
right?
coming to the festivals to spread the words and
Yes.
help educate people about what the gene keys are, but you're
Yeah.
also going to be running a workshop. You're going to be at all 3 festivals this year,
Yes.
which is incredible. Thank you for that. And so tell us, without ruining the plot, tell us what it is that you're going to be bringing for us to try.
Well, so I'll be doing my little spiel about I was going to bring a chart because I've made a chart already for, well, Aberfeldy's this weekend. So I've made one for Aberfeldy, and I will just do a little chat about it. And then I'm going to focus on one key. And then, well, I call it the inner breath dance, right? Because, I mean, I've been a breath work practitioner for 10 years now. So, I know there's so many techniques, and everybody loves your technique. Everybody loves, there's a little technique that I'm developing myself. So I've been doing that in group work. So I may just use it on Sunday. I think I'm on, so I may just use it on Sunday. So it'll be very quick. But I'm also going to be doing my shamanic stuff with the group. So I'll be banging my drum, and I'll talk about there's a specific key that's in everybody's chart, and it's called the core and the vocation. It's like a wounding, and in that, although you've got your own personal key, we also hold a world wounding in that we carry from our ancestors, right? So I'll just invite everybody I'll explain it at the time, and I'll invite everybody to maybe focus in on that while we're doing the breathing, and find it in their own bodies, so that we're helping the collective as this choir singing out into the collective and doing that healing for everybody, really, so
yes, brilliant.
And then so I know it's a bit deceiving because I did one up in Strathbethar, and when I arrived at the workshop, they were all sort of doing this, and I was like, am I in the wrong workshop? And they're like, no, I think you're taking it. And she said, I'm just warming them all up. And I was like, you think you're all going to be dancing? You're not. it's an inner dance you're going to be doing, right? With your breath.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Anyway, so it's a bit of fun as well, not to get too serious in the shadow wallowing about it. But but it's quite shamanic as well. So
sounds bloody magic. A wee bit of breathing, bit of shamanic, gene keys. Yeah. What more could a body want?
Exactly. I'm so looking forward to it.
I know, me too. It's kind of like suddenly it's like, whoa, Aberfeldy this weekend. And if Aberfeldy's so beautiful.
It's lovely down there, yeah.
And they have their own festival going on where, they're aspiring to be the healthiest town in Scotland and turning the sort of twee gardens into food beds. And, so it's going to be really, really cool to be.
Things are definitely changing.
There's no doubt about it. There's absolutely no doubt about it. It's very, very exciting times to be in this planet. Well, listen, thank you so much for coming on. Did you get your new card, by the way?
I did. I got it today. I picked it up this morning. So it's
grand. Yeah. And I will see you Friday then. You coming on Friday?
Yeah, Friday. Down there on Friday, yeah. Okay.
Brilliant. Okay. Thank you so much. Lots of love. If anybody's got any questions or anything, pop them in the box.
I will be doing I can do little mini sessions when I'm there over the weekend as well. So if anybody wants to come along,
come and meet Lorna and find out, get a wee mini session in the gene keys. Amazing. Thanks, Lorna.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Lilia. Bye.
Ciao.